So the very first thing I would like to share with you all is that how are we going to mitigate the survival of COVID-19 pandemic? We all hear a lot these days. What are we going to do? How are we going to survive? Business is going tough. Things are going very critical. But what is the fact behind this? The most important thing is the survival mode. First of all, we need to adopt that. And my whole discussion is reliant on one thing, which says we need to be the change. We have to accept this, what is happening around and which is affecting our businesses, and we have to be the change. Means we have to adopt the new changing patterns so that our sustainability factors are not affected. We are not planning to shut the work. That is what. Cutting costs, layoff, reduction in salaries, staffing cuts, planned work from home, tightening profit margins, and saving cash. The most important thing is we need to plan the cost cutting. We plan the cost cutting in different ways. All people who have joined me today are from different industries. So we can plan cost cutting in various ways. We can offer them work from home. When you give them work from home after the pandemic is over, the COVID-19 lockdown is over, you are saving your costs. You are saving the inventory cost, infrastructure cost. So that's how it is related to planning work from home. Staffing cuts. By saying staffing cuts, we are relating with how you can cut down the extra benefits you are providing to your employees and also keeping them with you, not leaving them. According to me, layoff is not a better option. Reduction in salaries is a better option. You can reduce the salaries and you can deduct the bonuses. You can discontinue giving them bonuses for the coming year, but layoff is not the solution. This is how you can plan for the upcoming critical scenario, which can be after the pandemic is over. And the most important thing going around these days is saving cash. If this lockdown is here for 90 days, so do we have that much cash to sustain our business? If not, then we need to talk to banks. We need to talk for some special overdraft relating to 90 days. So this is how you can plan for the cash emergencies. Please, anyone has any questions in the middle of you can write down in the chat. We'll take them ahead. Another important thing is survival mindset. For all of us, we are from different sectors. We are from real estate, we are from IT, we are from painting, artists, we are doctors, we are from beauty background, someone is a coach over here. So what do we see that we don't adopt the mindset? Once you adopt the mindset, the survival becomes easy. So we have to understand that entrepreneurship means business means risk. As you invest in equity market, you take high risk. Similar is your business. Let this be considered as a high risk and high gain factor. So this is the time frame in which you need to evaluate your risk. And once you do the evaluation of the risk, you can plan for the upcoming, either the downfall or the going ahead. There are two types of people who are growing too much in this time frame, like FMCG sector. We all know that. So we need to look into that. That how are we going to? Okay. Am I audible to all of you? Please write a yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Someone is saying they are not able to hear me. Hi, Karina. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We go ahead. So survival mindset is very important. Then entrepreneurship is about risk, which is my experience and my opinion. Evaluate your risk. Use this 90 days time frame to evaluate your risk and then decide when to refrain. When to refrain, you have to plan the upcoming time frame, that how are you going to handle, which I have already told you in the previous slide. Next. Business survival mindset. No matter how brilliant your ideas are, you won't be able to implement them unless you have enough cash in hand to keep your company operating. This is a fact. Unless we are able to manage the time frame for which we are having the cash, we cannot run the company. Innovating is expensive, but in the meantime, you inevitably have employees and suppliers to pay. That's a fact. For people who are in the product industry, of course, in the service, there's a different criteria, but people who are in the product, who are coach, who are trainers, it's very much applicable to them by different innovative ways. You can talk to them. You can convert them to your pace by offering them little lesser services. Work with your customers and provide incentives for them to pay you promptly. Secure your low cost lines of credit if you can, and always keep some cash on hand for emergencies. These days, financial sector is giving too much impact on the cash in hand because they do not know. The only reason is we do not know how long it is going to continue. And cash is the crux for the entire business. According to me, there are some more ways how we can thrive our business. Communicate. Be positive. Communicate is the most important factor we require these days. We need to interact to our customers. We need to interact with our vendors. We need to interact with our service providers because this is the only time you have got to interact with all of them. This is the most missing part of our business. We usually tend to chat. We usually tend to write a mail or something, but we are getting the time. You need to call them. That's why I've mentioned existing client connect via phone calls. You need to give them an impact that yes, how important they are for you. You have to be positive. You don't have to think that what will happen after the COVID is over. You need to adopt this stage. Market and sell your service and products. You can adopt online promotion through like Amazon seller account, different groups in Facebook, all those who are into product or service. You need to market your product. You need to market your product through social media strategies. You need to post in groups. You need to talk in different what you can say. You can talk about your service to your vendors. You can create referrals. You can give them benefits. If they are buying your service for 6 months, you are going to give them another 3 months top up, something like that, right? Knowing your billing cycles, this makes a lot of difference to our business. We all have raised invoices to our clients who are yearly clients, who are our regular clients. So we need to check with the invoices. When are they going to come back to us? That contributes to our cash flow. Repeat business. This is the most important point which I would want you all to focus. Look into your existing client list. Don't go for the new ones. Go for the recurring business. Connect with your reference. Connect your reference with the top 10 or top 15 clients and check with the repeated business how you can generate with them. This is going to again sustain you for longer time after the COVID. And this is what it says, that you need to change your mindset. Why you need to be on social media during crisis? I have a quick question for all of you. I'll write in the chat. The question is, how do you think that social media, how do you think is social media going to impact this COVID scenario? If you think it's going to impact 100% in positive manner, say yes, otherwise say no. All right. Why do you need to be on social media during a crisis? Social media monitoring is the most important thing which you all need to take care. Now, what does it mean by social media monitoring? It is a non-business activity in which you are going to your, first importantly, you need to have all your social media profiles. Let me make it a quick understanding. Why do we need a LinkedIn? for a pure business profile. Say someone is into real estate. So people who are into real estate, they need to connect with people who are influential, who are intelligent, and who are understanding the concept of why do we need a property, where do we need a property. So for them, LinkedIn is the best platform to connect with the right audience. They don't need to explain their product. Similarly, doctors, similarly, IT professionals, coach. LinkedIn is the best platform. And then second thing is Google ranking. Then we have two more platforms, Instagram and Facebook. For all the people who are belonging to lifestyle industry, Instagram and Facebook is very important for them because Facebook is contributing to community building and Instagram is building your community. Only the difference is it is 5x of Facebook. We all know that Instagram is connected with Facebook and another connection is WhatsApp. So social media monitoring takes us to build a community. Number one, you can make a group of all the people who are there in your pages, in the Facebook page or LinkedIn page. Simply form a business page and create a group. Second thing you need to do is you need to respond each and every comment of the people. That will make you feel connected with them and that gives importance to the clients. That's how you can connect with people. Sharing the most important company updates through daily post. We have been seeing different, let me share you one page example. Like usually we are very much connected with Remax. So we keep seeing their different kind of posts. They are sharing motivational posts. They are sharing posts about when was the company started, what are we doing since inception, what is the target audience. Any kind of knowledge post is what you have to share in this time frame. Whether it's a graphic or a non-graphic post, but it has to be knowledge sharing so that people don't feel that this is a low line frame of time and people are still targeting on business selling. Second thing, you need to post daily related to different kind of news. You can share news to their related to their industry with them. That is another way you can connect with them. You have to comment and you have to reply to each and everything they write on your post. This is how you can connect on social media. Using compassionate messaging. You have to build groups and then you have to connect through chats. I'm talking about messenger chats. Similarly, in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform very rarely people are using, but it is very effective platform. You should have your presence on LinkedIn and you should be very active in terms of sharing the knowledge. Finding ways to help. What to avoid on social media. On social media, you need to avoid jokes. You need to avoid good morning, good evening, these kind of wishes. You need to avoid all these kind of posts. Automation to make your life easier. There's a very good platform called Zoho Social. Please do visit after my session and you can make a automation account in that, wherein you can log into one account and post in multiple accounts. And next, helpful tools and apps. As I have been keep sharing with you different kind of apps and useful apps. So these are the ways you can enhance your knowledge sharing capacity to your clients because these apps make us user friendly. Analytics to pay attention. Now this is a technical word, but it is very simply related with Google ranking. When you write in Google real estate agents or you write the beauty coach or you write doctors in Magadpata. So what do you find? Ranking, star rating, which you follow. Same is what people are going to do in this time frame of pandemic. They are totally free to explore different kinds of businesses, different competitors of your business. So you need to be very active on your Google profile as well. And all those who have website, all those who have their own website, this SEO relates to that. The website is our business identity. It's an online business presentation. So this website is an identity which is connecting you to people, telling about you through one URL, whatever is abc.com. So we do optimize this website in Google so that when anybody is finding about you in this area, doctors in Magarpata, coach, business coach in Magarpata, real estate agents in Pune. So they find you in that top ranking. So all these are essential things which is related to online promotion and marketing, and you have to focus on that in this time frame. Why you need to be on social media during crisis? Email marketing, Google ranking, search engine optimization, websites, social media groups and chats, right? These are the essential points we should have. Please look back to your profiles, check what all you don't have, and make a list of essentials. Update your online profiles, because this is the only time we can give to ourselves. And when people are exploring about us, they need to know everything we want to tell them. When a client calls you, he should not be able to find out what are you doing. You should simply say, yes, please visit my website. You can find me in Google. And the most important thing which you have to do is take reviews from your clients in this time frame. Take reviews on email, take reviews on letterheads. Companies can take reviews on letterheads. That becomes a proof, social proof. We call this as a social proof in social media language. So these are the essential factors which are contributing to your recurring business. This is how repeated clients are going to help you. Even if they are not rating you on Facebook or LinkedIn, doesn't make a difference. On LinkedIn, you can take recommendations, like real estate segment. You can have a profile and you can take recommendations from people. How are we working? And you like, we can ask them to write for us, which is a contributing factor for new business. Social media groups and social media chats. This is taking over too much these days, because you form a group of similar kind of people who are going to business with each other. As we all have heard about BNI, what do? They just exchange business amongst each others. So this is what you have to do through your groups. You have to either exchange business or you have to exchange knowledge, which enhances their capability to bring business. When, like, people who are company owners, if you expertise the skills of your employees, your BAs, your associates, your vendors, so they are going to bring more for you. So knowledge base is the factor which you have to take care. Right. Now, according to me, there's a difference between branding and marketing. Now, branding is something which connects you to people, which says that we are a brand, we have an identity, we provide you XYZ services. But what is marketing? Marketing is all about reach. Marketing says how many people are we reaching in a day? How many people I have reached in 1 month? And usually we calculate according to number of working hours in a day into number of days in a month. And that's how you need to calculate. If you have effective calling with a client 30 minutes, so how many calls you can do in a day? Effective calls. If you take 30 minutes to talk to a client, and if it stretches to 1 hour, so you have to make a calculation that how many people I can reach. And based on that, it converts to the business factor. So we misinterpret with branding and marketing. Make sure the marketing management is different than branding management. And this is the best time to market yourself. The 4 P's model, the 4 P's of branding and marketing. In marketing, we take care of product, price, promotion, and place. As many of us have done social media trainings, so we know that what does it mean. The entire social media industry runs on this very nicely, because we have a product or we have a service, we need to make it connected with the people. Market, those are our customers, they can be our prospects or they can be our suspects. So based on the price, you categorize who is my client. Based on the type of client, you decide what is going to be the promotion medium, whether it's SEO, search engine marketing, or whether I'm going to promote on LinkedIn. Why should I post on Facebook when all my clients are on LinkedIn? So you have to understand that. And place refers to the demographic location of that client. If you are targeting a person who is in Pune, so always mention Pune. Always search for the groups. Like on social media, you can find out relevant groups. Don't go for irrelevant groups. It just lands up by no business and waste of time. How B2B selling is different. This might be a question in all of everyone's mind. According to me, selling to a business is different from selling to an individual customer. Key sales and marketing differences for business to business transaction include selling sometimes require participating or in a form of bidding process. Now, what does it mean in the form of a bidding process? When you are into a business and when you think like a client, so you need to first of all think what does the client require? And as I discussed in the previous slide, we need to do the decision making process on his purchase. We usually tend like what do people when you go to a bank, so what do? They give you different options for accounts. They see if you have a child, so they tell you about the minor account. These days we have a lot of dynamic account options. So then when they see you have a person who is senior citizen with you, they tell you different services. So first you have to understand the client. And what is the exercise you have to do for that? There is a set of questionnaire which I will send you after this session. You need to get that fulfilled in yourself. Either you get it filled from the client. That's a questionnaire of 7 questions, which gives you entire client's profile information. Based on that, you have to think about the 4 P's, which I discussed with you in the last slide, this one. And based on this, you have to decide who is the type of client who is going to make purchases from me and who is the client who is not going to purchase, so that I don't invest my energy with that client. This is all relating to after COVID situation, so that you can immediately get conversions. And in online marketing, we are most likely to get highest rate of conversion. That's my experience. I have my businesses online from past 6 to 7 years, and I don't have any print flyers. Only these strategies are what are helping us. So I have quick questions for you all. We can all unmute the videos and audio, and we can connect for 5 minutes. So I want some quick questions if you want to ask related to your business. Any challenges you are facing nowadays? Let me know. We can take up the questions. I will take another session with everyone next week. That will be about sales strategy. Any challenges you are facing these days? Though a lot of them have been discussed in the session today. How many of you think that yes, we can sustain in coming 3 months after COVID? Do you all think like that?
Yeah, I don't think COVID is going so soon.
True.
So in that case, sustaining for 3 months won't be the question. I think it might be a question of sustaining for almost a year.
A year.
6 months to a year.
Right.
Till, second quarter of FY21.
Right.
Basically, we have to learn to live with COVID. So taking all precautions and then going is what is important. It is a viral thing, viral infection, basically a viral disease, and viral is not going to go so early. We are not having any vaccines and medications.
Right.
So learning to take precautions and learn to live with COVID is what is required. And it is going to last at least till 1 year or more than that. So it's not a matter of 3 months. It should be a long-term plan, not a short-term plan.
So, Harpreet sir, you can tell What are the challenges you're facing? Please, everyone can switch on the videos. We'll have some quick interaction. So how early do you think we can cope up with this COVID?
I guess as fast as we start working.
Shall we take it very lightly that yes, everything is going to be very slow, so we can run the race of a tortoise? Yes, Vanna ma'am, what do you think? Shall we go very slow in business?
I see business of essentials going to do well.
Any more questions from this session? You have any queries? Any engagement options you want to know?
I just asked a question to you, Smita. The promotion about it is necessary to do the promotion this time, and how we can do it. I just posted this question also.
I'll just take the question.
Yeah.
Real estate social media instrument. Okay, so let me take up some questions in that case. You have written during this time, which is how do we do promotion? As I share in my, I will be sharing this PPT with you all. So in my second last slide, as I told you, there are different ways. Email marketing. Let me relate it with your business, as you are into the painting coach, right? That is your segment. You are an artist, so you can promote through social media groups, and Facebook and Instagram is the most preferred medium for you. And then you can prefer to connect with people who are running business through LinkedIn. Through your LinkedIn profile, you can connect by posting knowledge post, which I was just telling, not the business post. Because from LinkedIn, you will connect with the crowd who can be your buyers, whose wives are available on Instagram or Facebook. That's a fact. So you can get to connect with the real audience. We have another question from Remax W4 Reality, which is the best social media instrument for real estate? For real estate, as I told you, the best preferred medium is LinkedIn. If I were to post on LinkedIn, so I would be sharing the knowledge post, the company post, and the property post through videos. And I would form a company page on LinkedIn and I would add on to the groups. I would keep it very engaging. Why? Because all my understanding crowd is on LinkedIn. People who know what they want to buy in real estate. Usually, why do we go for social media? In one line, I want to say we want to reach the real audience. In traditional marketing, we don't know who is looking at our flyers. So we just keep wasting our time in waiting for people who are connecting with us. So LinkedIn is the best medium for you. And second thing, you can promote yourself through Instagram. And in Facebook, you form groups. You post on your page and then you post it in different groups. That will give you only branding. But if you want real clients, go for LinkedIn. And all of you focus on community building. I again repeat, we need to build our community. Say today we are all connected with each other. So we have people from different profiles who are available to work for each other if we have any association. So you need to build your community very, very consciously. This is the biggest mistake we all do. Usually we follow the influencer pattern that yeah, I need to have big people, big crowd of people, sorry, and we need to have a lot of people in groups so that we have so many people. No, we are not running a race. We need to have lesser people but quality people. That's why I say LinkedIn. Start with LinkedIn. Start the other way around. Because if you post on LinkedIn and people are watching your post, people are reading your post, In LinkedIn, you get to know how many views are there for your post. So you need to write about your concept. We have another question. How can you manage content at this point of time when nothing is happening? Yes, as I just told, we need to share information to people for the product we are planning to sell after COVID. Let's say after 2 months, I'm planning to sell A product and I have to sell B product. So I will share every type of case study. You understand what is a case study? I would like to share different ways how we can use that product, how that product is benefiting us. Let's take lifestyle industry. Fine. Why should we go for home decor? Festive is coming around, right? And let me tell you one good tip. All of us can do pre-bookings with some 10% amount to our product or services. It applies to all of us. It applies to real estate, lifestyle, everyone. And,
Hello.
and uh, we can take that amount as our future security, which we were just talking about. The last point which I was talking as a cash, right? So if you are confident that yes, people are going to connect with me, they are going to remain with me. So you can book your services by taking just 5% or 10% so that there is some win-win situation scope for all of us. Let's say you, and then you can connect, as I told you, connect with your clients. Make a list of 10 clients every day and try to talk to them on call. That is the most effective way to talk. Any more questions? So related to social media, if you have any questions, you can text me or mail me. And related to any services, if you have any engagement plans, so that also you can ask, because looking at the COVID situation and the cost factors which we all have as a business owners, I am training you all. We are giving you sessions so that you can manage your services and upskill yourself. And email marketing is very efficient these days. It's not popular in India, but nowadays it has become very popular because everybody is online and they are checking out email for one or the other reason. So we send more emails to client. We engage them in a way. Suppose you're not able to call. There are many kind of people who are not able to call. So you can simply say a soft message that yes, I've dropped a mail to you. Can you look into the mail? Many people are not comfortable in writing a review on WhatsApp. Take it on email. Why? Because people take the review and they share the review, which is not 100% win-win factor. We want review for our motivation and our growth. Am I right? So we should not tend to share it. And once you don't tend to share, you win more confidence of that client. So email marketing and SEO is taking up like anything. All those who don't have their websites, they should go for their websites. A single page website is very important and very essential. So focus on that, because through that you can convey a lot to your clients. Client is very smart these days and very knowledgeable. So they just want to know everything about you before they connect with you for a service. So highlight and promote yourself through your own website. So any more questions or we can end the session? Hope you all liked the session. And it was a learning for you. So I would want you to please focus on groups. I would want you to focus on community building, and you all collect reviews from your clients so that you focus on repeat business. That's very important. Any more questions we have? All right then. Thank you very much everyone for sparing out time, and we connect for a very good session next week, probably same time. and the session would be about sales strategy and sales funnel. We have a very wonderful topic in our social media, sales funnel. How we can keep continuing the business when it drops from a layer. Let's take an example. You call a person is interested, but he doesn't get converted. So between these layers, how we can get him converted? It applies to all business, and we are going to have that session. Thank you so much, everyone, and wish you all grow a lot during COVID and after the COVID. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Smita. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye.